dog. That's what they do. Okay. So I have posted the updated shop in the chat in the Skype. Reminder: you both got had a choice of a magic item, either something random from the vault, or a +1 weapon or armor or spell focus.
Okay. And you said you put it in Skype?
I put what is in the shop in Skype.
Okay.
But you still have the quest reward for defeating the Swagan, where you get a +1 weapon, armor, or spell focus of your choice.
Yeah,
Or a random item from the vault.
Yeah, I say we already did I already added the loot crate thing. So I already added stuff to the loot crate last session.
Yeah, that would have been the money, not the items.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I added the items too.
Well, they didn't give you any items yet, so.
Oh, what the hell did I add?
You added the money, and you added the silver raven that they gave you.
Okay. So, all right. So we haven't gotten like the.
People didn't tell me what they wanted, so you couldn't have added it.
I'll choose random.
Okay, David is going for random.
And you said so it was something random, something from the vault, or a +1 weapon.
You can get an item from a unknown item from the vault, as in they will pull a magic item out of the vault for you. You don't know what it will be, or you can get a +1 weapon, or a +1 armor, or a +1 spell focus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with random.
Okay.
I'll say because until I get a feat that allows me to turn in Morono's aura, then technically 3 swords means nothing to me.
Well, via your thing, you just made the other one magical because it was not magical before.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll.
Okay. Okay, since it's just you and I guess we constitute the party concerning the question about the building, the deed house gift thing. If you don't object, Farron is going to want to take the deed and turn it into a fledgling chapter of the Cobalt Soul within the town of Saltmarsh.
You said you want to take the deed and turn it into a what now?
I want to take the deed that the council is offering, so considering that we already have a home building, and I'm wanting to, with that deed, turn the building into a fledgling chapter of the Cobalt Soul.
Okay. Well, we already have a home that we live in, so.
Yeah. I know it's one of the things we're waiting on, like, the party on, but it's now next time, and you and I are the party, so.
Yeah, okay. I'll say, considering that Kyoki's pretty much a wanderer, he's like, I don't really care. I'll say, Kyoki, was half dead and homeless and, like, sleeping in the sand in the desert. I'm like, technically, anything that protects him from the elements is a good enough place. I say I'm just as used to living in a back alley on some boxes. I say Kyoki basically doesn't even know what a home is. So yeah, go free.
Kills.
So I honestly wouldn't even know what to do if I did have a home to live in. Longbow useless, longsword useless.
Yeah, I was looking at the items too.
See, Staff of the Adder. I could see that possibly being useful for some of our more magically inclined people.
Might want to look at what it actually does.
That's what I'm looking.
Very much. The Mariner's armor. I believe that's an augmentation to a armor type, as I recall.
Correct. In this case, it would be. I can roll for it. It'd be either leather or studded leather.
Okay.
Either way, it doesn't help you out.
That doesn't help me out. but oh no, it probably wouldn't be.
I'm sorry. It could be light, medium, or heavy. So I can just roll on the armor table in general.
Well, what I was trying to figure out is I was trying to remember if we actually got any kind of armor for Yusara, like any kind of protective stuff outside of training.
I think somebody got her. Was talking about getting her a thing of leather.
Okay.
Right.
Because if they have Samara's armor in Yusara's size, I could spend the gold to get it.
Okay. So I have 2 items. How would you guys like to figure out who gets what?
Bow to the judge.
Figure out who gets what randomly, or who?
Yes, I generated 2 random items, but I can just hand them to you as I rolled them, or based on my usual method of whose name is first on my roll 20, or you guys can do some kind of rollies to see who gets which. I'm flexible.
It's mostly random regardless.
This is what we do. I'm all about this. Rock, paper, scissors, and I'm going to whisper to Tristan what I select, and you can whisper to Tristan what you select.
I like this.
Okay, and winner gets to pick number 1 or number 2. There you go.
Okay. And let's send it to Tristan.
Okay. I got David. Okay. Kyoki wins. Rock beats scissors.
Haha!
Part of me was like, I should probably pick scissors. And I was like,
So,
no.
do you want number 1 or number 2?
One.
Okay. A new car!
Get a wagon! Yay, without the horse, huh?
Would that just be a car?
Separately.
Alright. Alright.
I don't think that's on your spell list, but...
So neither of us can do anything.
No, you can drink a potion of heroism.
Oh yeah, I know I can do that. And I was like, Spell Scroll, Storm Spear, 7th level. I was like...
I mean, it might have a use. I don't, you have other people in the party.
I don't know, let me check and see what the Storm Potion of Heroism does.
It's pretty good. It was essential in Final Fantasy.
Ah, okay. That's pretty cool.
I can use it for barter, I can sell it for money.
Okay. As cool as that is, let's see. I think. All right.
Gonna hawk it.
Would they tell me what it is, or would I need to like have it appraised?
No. When they bring it out, they will tell you what they are. Like these were given to you. These came from the collection from. Let me look at my salt marsh real fast. Where are you? These would have been provided by Arcanist Kelladek from his begrudgingly provided from his collection of arcane artifacts. It is a potion. They are a potion of heroism and a spell scroll containing a 7th tier, some sort of 7th tier storm magic.
I love that term, begrudging.
So, yeah. Some bitch.
So you may do with them, they are your rewards, but you may do with them as you wish. If they happen to show up at Captain Kali's shop, we will not be offended.
No, I will keep the potion of heroism. I say I feel like I might end up having to give it to someone anyway.
Yeah, given the current attendance record of the party, the ability to momentarily buff yourself that way might be useful.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say unless David takes a I'm gonna say unless David takes a takes some sort of feat that allows him to learn spells outside of his class, then might end up having to sell that. I don't think any of our magic users in the party can use that.
Well, I mean, nobody can cast 7th level spells, but I think Storm Sphere is on your 7th of your spell list.
Let me check.
I don't think it's on the Warlocks, because the Warlock doesn't go that high, I don't think, but it's probably on the Bards and Sierras.
Warlocks don't hit 7th level?
Nope, Warlocks stop at 5.
Goody.
Because they are the best.
Well, I can see stopping at 5. I get my spells back faster, so I guess they're just like, yeah.
Now,
you get your spells
specific
faster.
Warlocks I think go up to 6 or 7, but they only get like 1.
Going to D&D 5e, they're like, oh yeah, you can learn some 9th level spells. I was like, that seems what?
No, they're not entirely wrong. You get something called a Mystic Arcanum after a certain point, where you start picking up like 1 spell slot for those levels. But you got to be pretty heavily invested in Warlock to do that.
Yeah, I see. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get there, so I'm like, best case scenario.
Yeah, so you could get up to 7th level if you have 13 levels of Warlock. So it might be on your spell list.
I see. Oh, that's right. Fucking 3rd level. 3rd level now, so that means I get nothing. Wait,
Yeah,
I got 2nd level.
Yeah.
That's right. Fuck, I got 2nd level spells. Aha! Forgot about that shit. So what do I select? Like 3 or?
No, you.
I'm 3rd level, so that means I get 2nd level spells.
You get access to 2nd level spell slots. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have 2nd level spells.
Okay. So I don't learn anything.
Your class will tell you. There's a chart there that says spells known.
Okay.
At 3rd level, you know 4 spells, and gain access to 2nd level spell slots. So yeah, you gain a spell slot, and you gain a spell known, and it can be 2nd level or lower.
So I get 1 spell of 2nd level.
And you should have 2 cantrips.
Okay.
Not counting any you got from feats or whatever else. But.
Gotcha. Okay. So 1 3rd level spell. Oh, no. Like
2nd
2nd level spell.
And so you should have a total of 4 spells known.
Okay. You said I should have a total of four spells now?
I believe that's what it was. I literally just had it in front of my face and closed it, and yeah, total of 4 spells known.
Okay, I need to erase some of these spells then.
Now those are now make sure they're not. You did get some spells from feats, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right, I did.
Because like your Flash Stepper gives you the ability to fake spells.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think. I'll say I know. I'll say.
This is stuff you guys were supposed to be already up on.
This
is stuff you guys were supposed to be already knowing. This is why I asked you before the game, so we cover these questions.
I know, that's why I was like, because I was like, oh, hey, these are on my sheet. And I know you looked at my sheet and I have them here. So I was like, okay, they were approved. Mm-hmm. I don't remember where I got them from. That's what I was confused about. I was like, I know I have these, but I don't remember where they came from. Fucking hell. I'm pretty sure my patron gave them to me. I know
you have patron. You do have patron spells.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure most of these are patron spells. Okay. And I know that Blur and Misty Step are from
Flash
Step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Then. All right. So that explains that. Okay. Now I got to figure out a 2nd level spell. Ooh, find the vehicle.
That can be more useful than one may think.
Oh, never mind. I summon a vehicle.
Yeah. Find vehicle allows you to conjure one out of your ass.
Oh man, that's as much of a dick move as I would be. I love that. I know that Tristan would yell at me if I would take that shit. True strike.
No, I wouldn't. You know why? Because it's 5th edition. It's next to useless.
Magic grants you a brief insight on target sequences. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack.
Look at the casting time.
One action?
Yeah. So you take your turn to cast it. Next turn you'd have advantage. Take your next turn to cast it. Next turn you'd only be able to attack every other turn.
It says duration concentration until 1 round.
Yes, but it only lasts for 1 attack.
Oh, you have to keep cast. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you cast it. You take an action to cast it. Next turn you take your action to attack once. Then you take your next.
So,
yeah.
Wow, so I have to upkeep it and just wait for the chance to be able to use it, and once I use it, it goes away.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That is complete bullshit and totally useless. I like how I'm like, oh, hey, it's like spell list, looking at spell lists, like 2nd level, and almost all the 2nd level spells that is like showing me, they're like, yeah, these are all cantrips. I'm like, I'm looking at the 2nd level chart. Why the fuck are you showing me cantrips in the 2nd level chart? Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna take.
Okay.
Right. Oh, I'm good to go. Cool. So as far as what we are doing for so we got our things. Put the potion in my inventory. I assume that are you gonna hold on to the spell scroll, or do you want to put it in the loot crate?
I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Okay, now that we got all that out of the way. Would you guys like to do any time skipping for downtime, what have yous? Crafting, shopping, information gathering, whatever.
Let's see, there's nothing pressing going on at the moment.
I would like to use my. I would like to use my. I guess I'll actually do the ritual with my blade. So
yeah, but it only takes like an hour. So
yeah.
In terms of amount of time, I'm thinking. I'm thinking 2 weeks or a month, though, because I'll need to do things to get the building I guess, ready for its use and staffed.
All right. Well, you two need to discuss that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So you said you're trying to do what now?
He was saying 2 weeks or a month to get his chapel set up.
Ah, well, I don't so much mind. That gives me a chance to, also gives me a chance to do. Most of the people in the party, usually go for the highest level of time skip that they are available to have, so they can do, whatever the hell they're trying to do in between.
Okay.
Okay, so a month then.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
In that
That
case,
takes us into Uktar.
It's mommy to hang out on the refrigerator. I said, unless you want to hang it in your room, you can hang it on the refrigerator. So, do you want to put that in your
1
room?
month time skip.
Or do you want to put it on the refrigerator?
That's perfect for me.
okay. Okay, in that case, would I be able to do anything else other than set up the chapter?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I figured that would take like a certain dedicated amount of time to get people and everything.
Yeah. It would take some time, but you have downtime while you're waiting for things to be shipped in, and
Okay.
I would say for mechanics purposes, just despite it being events that are taking place over the course of the month,
Right.
it's going to take you about downtime equivalent of 2 weeks.
Okay, that's about what I was figuring. Okay. What else? Did they have like kid-size mariner armor there?
Well, given the magical armor resizes
Oh,
itself.
it's true. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
I find it very convenient.
I do need to roll for armor type.
Oh yeah, if it's too heavy, I'm not going to get it for her.
Not that she's had any problem in the water before, but
Okay. Go ahead, take it downstairs tomorrow.
Well, I mean, has she shown like I can just ignore penalties level of aptitude? Because I do believe the mariner armor like shaves penalties off.
shakes penalties off. Mariner armor gives you a swimming speed, which would negate a bunch of the penalties.
Yeah.
And when you hit 0, you shoot to the surface.
Yeah, but I don't. It's almost a life jacket. And even though she was with the sea elves, I don't believe she actually has a swim speed unless we've observed her.
She does not appear to have a swim speed.
Okay.
Though when you have seen her in the water, she does seem to be moving as if the water is not impeding her.
Okay.
So she's not at the half. Does not appear to be at the half move of the rescue.
Okay. Okay. Then that really would not be a.
Because other features.
Should be an issue then. Okay.
So you don't have to. If you want to get into the Mariner's armor, you can, but it does not seem to be a requirement. That said, I need to roll to see type here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. The Mariner's armor is padded, so it's like a gambeson type.
Okay. And judging by what's on here,
So I'll update that in the check for those who are possibly considering getting it.
I know she can ship things in. Within the month, could she get her hands on a bracelet of protection?
A bracelet of protection.
Yeah.
So you're just wanting like a ring of protection that goes on your wrist?
Yeah.
She can definitely have that shipped in time, assuming you have the funds.
Because if I remember correctly, it only comes in +1 value.
Yeah, a ring, cloak, etc. only come in +1. Ring of protection is a rare. So that would cost you... It's going to run you roughly... She likes you, so she'll say 11,000. Because rare item.
11,000.
She could probably have a cloak done for less, but...
Okay, well, I only have 2,381 gold, so... Yes, you said 11,000, not 1,100.
Yeah, the ring is a rare item, the cloak is uncommon.
Okay. Could I get the cloak put into a scarf?
Yeah, she could do that.
Okay.
Cloak would run you... custom order... 450?
Okay. Okay, I will pay that amount.
Okay. And so by the end of the month, you will have a scarf of protection for whoever.
Okay, I was gonna give it to Sarah.
Sounded like where you were going, but I didn't want to assume.
Yep. Okay, outside of that...
A cloak of protection... is an attuned item. Okay. +1 AC and 70 pounds.
Do I have any things that I'm trained for? I will spend I'll spend a week with Sarah and a week working on land vehicles, so I guess horse riding and such.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got wagons and shit, so you got plenty of...
Which will take a 6-week, 4-day completion time. Learning stuff ain't easy.
Nothing wrong with, taking, it means you've got goals.
Yeah.
She has a higher EC than some of you guys.
Yay! I am okay with this.
The midget is AC 17.
I am okay with this.
And that's before spell sheet you guys daughter. Okay. So that brings you there.
Okay.
Alright, so that's... You're, nearing the end of the 11th month of Uktar. Air is getting colder. Had a couple flurries, nothing stuck yet. The village of Saltmarsh is preparing for the Bearing Eve, or Feast of the Moon, which is set to take place on the first full moon of next month, so within the next week or so. Okay. It is the holiday for the nighttime holiday for honoring those who have fallen in battle, so this year especially seems somewhat important.
Okay.
We know what Farron has been doing for the last month. Kyoki, what have you been doing?
Keep my say. So, let's see. For a month, I guess I would pretty much be I'll say going around Saltmarsh, trying to get a more firm establishment on the, I say more firm establishment on the criminal, I say on the kind of criminal underworld around here. Try to not so much build my reputation, but get myself
make friends and contacts.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll say friends, contacts, make myself a known name.
You want to know more than just Wart.
Huh?
You want to know more than just Wart.
Yeah.
Okay, just for the sake of argument, make me a charisma-based investigation, and then a persuasion roll, I guess, for hanging out.
Charisma-based investigation.
Oh wait, Ryan, I take it back. They actually have something in here. It's called carousing. So I'll do charisma-based investigation to find these people, and then I will do a carousing check for you for
Nice.
your networking.
Okay. Let's see. Investigation to. Okay, so it's basically plus. No. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see if I can actually do this properly. Go!
Okay, that is a high enough investigation. So what we're going to do here, since this is based on per week, it's going to cost you 40 gold to, cover drinks and, stuff for networking. And then after spending that 40 gold, I will need you to make 4 persuasion checks. I was correct on that.
You said 4 persuasion checks?
Yeah, 40 gold and 4 persuasion checks. 1 per week.
Sweet. I get it. If I remember correctly, I get advantage on those.
I expect this to end up being really lopsided. And then once I make those, I get to make percentile checks to see if you get any complications to go with these.
Persuasion. Okay, yeah.
Ooh, you get a complication.
Which I don't care about, but what the hell? Okay.
Okay, that one is... As funny as that one would be, that one does not seem to be in character.
Wow. I rolled for shit.
Actually, you rolled great. Remember 5th.
Well, considering I have a plus 13, kind of roll for shit.
Okay. You have lost an additional... Over the course of this, you end up losing an additional 25 gold, likely to pickpockets and the like, from what you've been hanging around with. However,
need to find out who took my gold and murdered them.
However, hey, it's better than the first thing I rolled. The first thing I rolled was surprised you wake up married. I was like, that didn't seem right.
Oh yeah. Next day they'd be dead, and I wouldn't even know how. Well, I know exactly how it happened.
Okay.
It's like next day you wind up married. Next day she's dead.
Oh, I guess I get all of her stuff now.
I'm not going to stat all these out unless you need me to, but you make a note on your sheet. You have, for the purposes of, you just kind of pull these out of your butt and go, okay, I know a guy for this kind of thing.
Okay.
To keep it simple. You have made 11 allied contacts for Saltmarsh and the immediate and the area surrounding it due to all the ships coming through.
Damn.
I'd say if you are outside of Saltmarsh, but somewhere near a port, I will do a roll to see if you want to invoke a contact, just to see if somebody from Saltmarsh happens to be nearby. If you are in Saltmarsh or the immediate area, you can just tell me I know a guy for this and explain to me who and what they do.
Okay.
That's useful.
So yeah, you got 11 contacts, and they're all relatively friendly with you, so they're less likely to stiff you.
Awesome.
That's like he's sending it back.
Let's see. In the course of this networking, hobnobbing, possibly doing a few discrete tasks, you have heard tell, as this rumor's popped up in numerous places, of a series of killings to the north of you in the Republic that sounds suspiciously similar to what you encountered at the monastery, as well as the instance of theft from the evidence locker from the town guard regarding the stuff that was liberated from the Sea Ghost when you guys took it. Numerous people have been killed by, again, what is being called the Chariot Killer, due to the subtle tracks being found of wheel marks that suddenly turn into hooves.
Oh.
It's in a, in this case, it's happening in a part of the Republic of Selene known as the Styes, which used to be the old sea quarter of the old capital prior to the God King's rise to power and destruction of the city.
That bastard.
It is now you would know, given your background, that it is now a mostly slum-type district, half sunken and reclaimed by the area around it. It's pretty typical hive of, you're either too poor to get out, or you're using it as like a Shadowport scum and villainy type hangout. So you've probably passed through there a few times yourself, back in the day. Especially if you need to lay low for a minute.
Okay.
The plot hook that's a lot more awkward than the guy it's tied to is not actually showing up for the session.
That's good to know.
Other than that, not usual rumors of undead and such. You've been hearing tell, though the people you've been talking to aren't necessarily as thrilled about it as others, that it sounds like the major powers up on this end of the continent have actually been pulling their act together and somehow putting together some kind of joint venture against the problem. Even the yokai are actually getting off their ass and helping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're hearing stories from merchants and stuff coming through about, like seeing airships with giant eagles swooping off them and...
Okay.
And like, giants in mech suits fighting together. Or giants riding, wolves bigger than a dire wolf. It all sounds really fucking awesome, but, everything sounds awesome when you're drinking in a bar. Whether you believe this is up to you. One guy even meant, has been, swearing up and down that, he saw wyverns and Republican airships working together, but nobody's believing him on that.
I'll say that's bullshit. Cannot be.
I imagine at this point, just for the sake of usual scene setting, that you guys are probably in town at this point, just based on stuff you've been doing, so you've probably been spending at least some time at the tavern. So for the sake of opening scenes, now that we've done our montage, you're at the tavern! It is now up to you to decide how you wish to proceed from here.
Ugh. Well, I've been doing a lot of talking this past month.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. I'll say this. Personally, I like the idea of trying to track down whoever this fiend is or whatever.
Talking about the was it the chariot killer?
I'm gonna say the porch pirate, whoever the fuck they were.
The porch pirate.
The carriageless porch pirates.
The chariot killer is the name that people have been using, but if you want to call him the porch pirate, I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, okay. I'm all about that.
Fucking porch pirate, fucking Amazon bandit.
So I'm happy to do it for you, though.
So, there's been more of that going on then? Have you heard anything, well, how do I phrase this, especially dangerous about it, beyond it just happening?
Let's see. As far as me, what I've heard, let's see. As far as like doing the information I heard, is that because of my background, or is that something that all of us heard?
Given what David said he was doing, he probably has not heard it. This is stuff you heard during your pub crawling and networking.
Oh, okay. Alright, so nobody would really. I'm gonna say, okay. So the information I have is about it. What section of town would this have been on?
Where it was happening, or where you heard it?
Like what side of is there like a consistent side of town this is happening on?
It's happening in a completely different city.
Okay.
And it's like, it's happening, like 2,500 miles from here.
Okay. I'll let them know. It's like,
I'm sorry, 2,600 miles. That's it. So it's a ways away. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No problem.
It's another city, huh?
Yeah.
Tris, did the setting up of the chapter house include either recruiting or calling in Cobalt Soul members to staff it?
I imagine that you've put in a call for Cobalt Soul members. You probably would have a handful there that have arrived already. More would be in transit. You also probably have done some local recruiting for, not necessarily priests, but people for like helping with the construction, administrative, maybe people,
janitor kind of
janitor, maintenance men type.
Yeah. Okay.
So the support staff that goes with the facility. Those you would have fully staffed. You'd have probably a couple like apprentice, maybe a journey. Most senior man would probably like a journeyman apprentice level.
Okay, so it definitely has enough that I could leave and feel fine about it. Okay.
The place is self-managing, and you do have more people coming, more senior members coming in.
Okay.
And so they basically sent you your interns and somebody to supervise the interns.
Right.
Okay. To get it set up.
Okay, cool. Good. Good, okay. Well, I don't see any reason why we couldn't keep the ship berthed here unless the other city you're talking about is also coastal. And,
which it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's a port.
Okay. A port versus a trading post.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be opposed to sailing over there and solving their particular issues, especially with the salt marsh front having been relatively quiet.
Okay.
Can't have just people breaking the law willy-nilly.
I'm like, and it's kind of a bad thing. You can't exactly have these people running around murdering people. That's something that only terrible people do. Kind of look around. I mean, who would be running around in a carriage, randomly killing people and robbing them? Bastards.
No, see, if it's something small time, has Tris, has Isara been chomping at the bit for some kind of adventure, or is it like just if the opportunity pops up?
From what you've observed, she is constantly, trying to get into some kind of trouble to fend off boredom. Especially in the last 3 weeks, as I need to switch over here real fast. As she now has a new partner in crime in the form of a young woman named Jillian, who is the daughter of the newly hired housekeeper and groundskeeper that Theala hired for Dylan's home.
Just keep it the misdemeanors.
So, she's constantly getting up into mischief and other...
Okay.
And whenever you guys seem to be trying to go off to do something interesting, she's either attempting to tag along or actually has successfully tagged along.
Okay.
She's occasionally popped up at places Kyoki was hanging out, while he was doing his carousing. Pops up underfoot occasionally during the more dangerous construction days.
Okay. Well, if this seems like something run of the mill to you, Kyoki, Usara has been. Well, I'm gonna find some way to focus her energy, and if there's some investigation part of this, I could at least use it as a form of learning experience for her, not actually involve her in fighting, because I'm sure they'll be like, "Oh no, don't capture me," and we'll have to tie her to the ground or something. But up until that point, it could be something useful. It could be something useful for her.
Okay.
Did the rumors say anything about particular targets, or just they've struck again?
Are they saying that they're targeting anyone specifically?
They have been seemingly at random.
Okay.
I believe, I will double check my notes here, I want to say it was a total of 5.
Okay.
Double checking now.
Part of me wants to roll something. If I roll something, would you, as a GM, feasibly be able to, I don't know how detailed the story that you're working with is. Like, if I roll something to see if I can connect anything between them, or is this just supposed to be or is this like one of those bare bones plot hooks, like where we dig too much into it and you're like, the plot didn't tell. It's like whoever wrote this didn't have that much info.
Won't know until you try.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, several. They don't give me a specific number.
Okay. So.
But it's been happening for months, so you can imagine it's quite the body count.
Okay.
Or actually, in this case, it's been happening for weeks, because they say months, but for the purpose of our story, it's weeks. Depends on what you're trying to roll.
Okay. So, what could I roll for that? That'd be an investigation to see if I can put things together, or would that be more...
Investigation is deductive reasoning, yes.
Okay, cool. Investigation, then. Holy shit, nice.
Okay, what are you trying to put together with what you've heard?
To see if any of the people who were murdered, any people who were robbed / murdered or anything have anything in common, as far
You do
as
not have enough information based on what you have heard from your pub crawling in a town 2,600 miles away to put that together, because details have been lost in transit.
Okay.
To learn something like that, you would probably need to actually go there and talk to, get more proper first-hand accounts.
Okay. Okay. And then can't really give much information besides that, so...
Okay.
Not with the resources you had available, at least.
Yeah.
Other characters may or may not be able to learn more with their resources, but that requires them to show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, right.
So it sounds like we're just gonna have to go there then. Shouldn't be too much of a trip since we have the ship.
If you want to know how long, I will need a cartographer's navigation or survival check.
I can do any of them, and I'm actually a cartographer, so what do I roll for that?
That would be intelligence based for any of those.
I'll do so as well.
So 3d6 plus proficiency plus intelligence.
Intelligence based, so it was you said intelligence based what now?
Intelligence based survival, cartographers, or navigation.
Okay, yeah, I will happily take. Right,
So 3d6 plus intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay, so
And any bonuses you may have, any thing you might have that would enhance an advantage or whatever. I don't know if you have expertise or something in one of those.
I do have, not say survival, yeah, so that'd be 3d6 plus 2. Assuming I don't botch this. That's not bad.
And this would probably go under exploration stunts if you generate any. Both of you, okay, you both rolled a 19. You don't have a map in front of you to chart a precise course, but based on your basic understanding of regional geography and the fact that Kyoki has been there before, you estimate that from Saltmarsh, weather, if the winds and everything are with you, somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 19 days. One way.
So it's definitely over there. Gotcha. Okay. Well, again, we're not in a crisis mode or anything. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
If I swing you back over to the world map for a moment. You are currently here. You are going here.
Oh.
So you're a short hop from the capital in Corvus, and you're having to basically swing around the central peninsula there. And so you're aiming for roughly a central continent.
Okay.
So yeah, as I said, about 2,650 miles, which is,
Okay.
again, weather permitting, 18, 19 days, possibly 20 on the outside.
Okay.
Depends on how you guys roll.
Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Both of you rolled high enough that, again, that's well within your estimate.
Yeah, fine. I'm pretty good for that. Okay, yeah. In that case, when since we've been here a bit, when are the good winds?
That is a very good question, especially as the seasons are changing, so the winds are shifting with them.
Okay.
You imagine that leaving morning is probably your best bet.
Okay.
As that has you leaving with the tide, as it were.
Okay, so yeah. Sounds like we can leave tomorrow for this then. Unless when you say the morning, you mean like this.
In the when the sun comes up, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we can.
Ash will look at look over at Kyoki. Like, how are we on supply? Is the ship equipped for that kind of a journey? We got rations or whatever, Mr. Quartermaster.
We should be pretty good on rations for, you said 14 days?
18 to 20.
Let's see. I must say I specifically bought a whole bunch of I specifically got a bunch of rations for long trips.
Well, all you've got listed on the loot crate right now, I mean, you got 2 kegs of, of beef and pork. You got a week's worth of salted fish and dessert crab, I'm sorry. This is basically the NPC going, is there any supplies you guys want to get before you go?
Let's see.
Do you feel the ship is properly equipped, or your persons are properly equipped?
I mean, let's see. Hold on. The loot crate. As far as consumables, 2 kegs of corned beef and pork, 2 bags of beans, 2 bags of rice, 2 bags of flour, 2 boxes of fresh vegetables, 1 week's worth of salted fish, and dessert crab. So that's alright. So we got a week's worth of salted fish. So that's 1 week.
Keep in mind, a week is 10 days in this world.
No, I'm not saying, what is it? You said 17 days to travel?
18 to 20. So 18. Roughly 2 weeks.
Okay. I'll see about buying some. I'll see about buy bags of beans. Do you mean like buy bags of beans? Do you mean like bags like what you get in grocery stores, or do you mean like bags and then you throw them over your shoulder like dog food size bags?
Like dog food size burlap sack type.
Okay.
And so from what I'm seeing on the sheet, you guys are probably fine. You might, be pushing it a little bit, but
yeah, we would need. I might say if we were going to travel back, we would need to restock. So I might say it's enough food to make it there, but probably not enough food to make it back.
And from what Kyoki knows, he would know your shopping options are much better here than they are there.
Yeah. All right, then.
Because it is literally a shithole.
Alright, let's get ourselves some. I mean, hell, let's actually buy some food here. We might actually be able to sell it to the people there because they're in a shitty situation.
That is an option.
Yeah, they could definitely use. The food. Yeah.
Look at this. They give them a boat. Suddenly it becomes a merchant campaign.
Hey, we gotta make enough money to be heroes.
Yeah, these quests haven't been hanging out very well. It's almost like the players are bad at looting.
What? Stealing is wrong.
To be fair, we did loot the what's that place?
The Chantry?
That was the one place you looted, and you guys have been very bad about checking the bodies for stuff. All right.
Okay. Before we go, I would like to do a thing.
Well, I need to bring up my salt notes real fast, just so I know where to tell you to go. But yeah, what do you want?
I figured this would be charisma based, but could I make an investigation to ask around to see what the levels of pirate activity have been between Salt Marsh and
definitely be a charisma based investigation. You can do it here at the tavern, or you can do it down at the docks. You can also talk to Commander Islander, because you guys are pretty tight, and he's the captain of the City Watch, so this is something he'd, in theory, be aware of.
Oh, huh. Okay. I kind of thought he maintained the city.
He's the captain of the guard, but so he has he maintains the city, but he has an awareness because you have to be aware of what's going on around, so he can warn people and be ready in case pirates decide to do something stupid like attack the town.
Makes sense. Okay, I will ask him then.
Because arguably, he's also as the captain of the guard, he's in theory somewhat responsible for protecting the fishing boats and stuff, also.
Right.
Okay. And what am I looking like? As far as Kyoki, you could go to the Green Market, which is the open-air market for livestock and agriculture.
Okay.
You could also go to the Weekly Market, which is the primary fit, where it's like an open, market, farmers market type thing that shows up about once a week, mostly for fish, but they do other things as well.
Cool. I'll say I'll be at the mark. I'll be making my way there. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give Farron some money from the loot crate so that he can try and get us some.
You also have Winston's General Store if you just want to try, do the basic general store. Or if you're feeling super cheap, you can go down to Crabber's Cove, which is a bunch of abandoned houses on the edge of the village that are just crawling with crabs. And just go try to catch them yourself.
You said you're going to toss some money my way?
Yeah, toss some money your way so that you can get us some more. Consumables. I would like to get at least. I would like to get at least this. Let's see. So if you could go grab us at least those. If you can bargain for some more stuff, that'd be great. But at least have that much food on us. I'm going to go focus on getting us more fresh foods.
Okay, that stuff would probably be the general store.
Yeah. I'll also see if I can get us. I'll be thinking about it. I can hear my wife in the back of my head being whispering, "Get us some pickled vegetables."
But you might also be able to find it at the open air green market.
Farron's a city person, so general store.
Okay. Go ahead, do that.
You can certainly find those in stock. They're common enough items. They will be going at the Player's Handbook prices, which you can either look right here or go look up from Player's Handbook. Up to you.
Okay.
And Kyoki said he was going to the open market, I believe.
Yeah, to go get some fresh vegetables, possibly some meat if they have any, besides fish. Because I'm pretty sure people are going to go nuts if they're just eating fish for 20 days straight.
Well, I mean, it's a fishing town, so that's your primary. They do have some livestock that comes in though, so but you're gonna pay more for it just because livestock is not one of the main things here.
No, they probably spice it.
I just need enough variation in meat to be able to throw it off. So we have fish, and then we have beef, and then we have fish, and then we have pork, and then we have fish, and then we have
Okay, well, your options are, they have, chicken is semi-plentiful. They have chicken. They have a couple goats. There's a sheep. Probably about 2 cows worth of beef and a little bit of pork. Maybe about half a pig's worth of pork.
I would like to get 10 chickens. I would like to get 10 chickens. 10 chickens, 1 rooster, and 10 chickens, 1 rooster, and a goat. That way, if we have,
are you wanting them live or dead?
Alive. I would like a rooster and 10 chickens. Rooster and 10 chickens. That way, if we have a rooster and we have chickens, then technically we can make more chickens.
Growing back of beans.
And plus we'll have eggs for breakfast. Oh, we have eggs, rice, and We can probably get some tomatoes, and we can make ketchup. We can make Japanese omelets.
Okay, I know from experience in Ravenloft, I can tell you that to feed a person, you need roughly enough eggs for breakfast per person. You need roughly 2 chickens per person.
Not for eggs?
Yeah, because chickens lay 1 egg per day, so to have enough eggs for a normal breakfast, it's 2 chickens per person.
Okay, then I'll say.
And you currently have a party of 9, counting the NPCs.
Okay. I'm fairly certain the party doesn't have much. I'm pretty sure, one person in particular in the party would definitely want chickens on the ship. So.
Keep it, and you also need to buy the accoutrement to go to store the chickens and everything. So. Okay, so are you sticking with the 10 chickens, 1 rooster?
Or do you
want more chickens?
Let's go with 20 chickens. 20 chickens and 1 busy rooster.
20 chickens. Okay.
20
That's a lot of chickens.
20 chickens and 1 really busy rooster. Oh, we could probably sell the eggs to people.
Okay, so and you're wanting to keep them alive, then you want the thing for the goats, so you're also going to need some place to put them. So
I mean, the boat's fairly big, right?
I mean, it is, but it's not currently equipped for that, so you have to buy the stuff. You have to buy the coops and stuff also.
True.
Or take time to build them, which, Ash as the bosun can do, but it's going to take a minute.
Okay. Well, I mean, true. Would help Mase? Would me assisting him help him build it?
Potentially, because it's based on how high he rolls.
As if I can interrupt a moment. I see the bags of flour under trade goods. I don't see the rice or beans under expenses in the PHB, at least for
rice will go for equivalent given where you are. I'm going to count rice as equivalent to salt.
Okay.
And beans are relatively easy, so we'll count those as equivalent to flour. Okay, and Brian, for everything you're doing, counting the materials needed to actually build all this shit, because if you're not buying them outright, you still need to buy the materials.
I said, ever since watching Thor: Love and Thunder, part of me is like, you know what? Need some goats.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call it 3 gold for animals plus materials.
Okay. Wow, that's significantly cheap.
Well, chickens are only 2 copper apiece, so.
Okay. Alright, David, got a problem. The ship's funds. Alright, so we just went from 10,448 gold to 10,445 gold. Might have to start watching. I'll say we spent our yearly budget on chickens. No more gold expenditures. Right, so we now have 20 chickens. I'm afraid to even tell people when they come back that we have chickens. 1 rooster. 20 chickens, 1 rooster, and 1 goat. I feel like someone's gonna eat the goat. Just gonna show up one day and the goat's gonna be dead. Are there any seasonings? So that we're not just eating bland ass food.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was also going to buy some cinnamon and pepper, since I was looking in the stuff for spices.
And can we also get salt since we're in Salt Marsh? Do they have garlic in Salt Marsh?
Yeah, anything that's in the basic stuff you guys can get, no problem.
Okay. I'll say garlic, salt, pepper, I must say, we have to come up with, we have to have as many ingredients as possible in order to not go crazy at sea. Alright, cool. Alright then, we can do this. I guess while you go ahead and I'll say grab that. Do they have pickled vegetables here?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to buy some. It's my wife would ask me to buy some. Because it reminds her of Japan.
This place that doesn't exist.
And I was like, yeah, it reminds me of Japan. And he was like, wait, do you mean the Yokai Kingdom? No, Japan. You mean the Yokai Kingdom? Yes, Japan. Isn't basically the Yokai Kingdom just, Japan, more or less?
No, it's Asia. It's got Korea and a bunch of other places in there, too.
A small section of the Yokai Kingdom. Oh, wait, no. Must say, it was like, oh yeah, that's right. It was like, yes, that's the common name for it. I forget. Over where we call it, there is no Japan. In the Yokai Kingdom, there is no. We don't call it Japan. The Yokai name for it is Nihon. The Nihon section of Yokai Kingdom. There's also this crazy bastard who lives in the northern territory of this one area. The short fat guy. We don't talk about him. It's a little crazy, always saying that he's going to use tactical magical missiles and rain them down on people. But we're pretty sure he doesn't have the arcane knowledge on how to make surface to air magic missiles yet. I wonder, did we have a surface to air magic missile?
I think they're called magic missiles. You shoot them in the air.
Yeah, no, what's the range on a magic missile?
One moment.
Enough.
I don't know if it's enough to actually hit like an airship.
Depends on where the airship is.
The range of a magic missile is 120 feet.
You can double that with Spell Sniper.
Then there's a couple other feats that I'm aware of that you can actually extend that as well. So you can probably get around about 360 feet, which should be enough to hit an airship. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. It's like, we've got dragons, launch the surface to air magic missiles.
Okay. Okay, I guess then we can inform people as to what it is that we are planning on doing, and if there are no objections, we can.
So we've got our. Let's see. So we got more beans, rice flour, shit ton of cinnamon and pepper, salt, ginger.
Yatta.
Alright. I feel like. Alright. I can't really think of. We got enough stuff. I'm not saying. I guess Ash and I are gonna work on building this thing, and Miss Farron wants to help us build some stocks.
Be right back. Next food.
Okay, some stocks, you say?
Chicken coop.
We're building. We have enough space on the ship, so we're just gonna take like a little section, build like a coop for the chickens, and build like a coop for the chickens and a place for the goat.
Okay. Yeah, I can throw my weight in behind that. So, planning on having omelets for breakfast.
Yes. There's a thing that we used to. There's a thing that we used to eat. There's a thing that me and my lady used to eat from her home country. There were egg. We would scramble. She would make omelets and and fill them with rice and other sorts of things. And then she would take this tomato puree. She would draw a smiley face on the front of it, and she would do some sort of little cute dance over the front of it for good luck. And then we would eat it, and then we would rob people. Good times.
I see. You know, having this on a ship is really a luxury.
You know what else is a luxury?
Hmm?
A GM who actually takes time out of his day to update the map because you guys bought a fucking farm.
Yeah.
What? We bought 3 types of animals.
It's 3 times more than you had.
Yeah. Well, originally, yeah, I would have never bought them, but since we're going on such a long trip, that I'm like, alright. The goat is there as emergency. I'll say as an emergency. I really don't have any intention of eating it.
Well, emergency, and it provides milk.
Yeah.
There'll be a
I
lot
like
more
to see
good
it.
before we're through.
So I would like to name it. Let's see.
Perfect.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the loot crate.
Boo!
Consumables. Let's see. It's technically a consumable.
Technically.
Let's see. I'm gonna put him as one goat. I'm gonna name him Billy Earl.
What was the boo about?
They had like a image that was like a cluster of chickens, and I dropped it, and it wasn't a transparent.
Wait, what happened?
I was putting chickens on the map, and I was, one of the images that I found was like a cluster of chickens. I'm like, sweet, I don't have to like drop them individually, and then it turned out not to be a transparent image. So I was like, damn it!
Oh. Oh, wait, so you need transparent chicken image?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It was just there was conveniently one that was had multiple chickens in it, and I was like, yes!
Okay. I was hoping you'd have like a Zelda-ish Zelda image of like a shit ton of cuckoos. I will admit that was one of the handful of things I really did love about this Zelda series. I'll say I love the fact they came up with something to do with murder hobos. It's like, oh yes. It was like, oh yes, fuck these he's like, fuck these chickens, and it's like, no, chickens, fuck you.
Fix it. Okay.
Okay, that is pretty cool looking, David. I just saw the image you sent.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I wish we could find a way to implement that into something.
Alright.
So you guys done with your shopping?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
Alright. So you board the ship with the intention of leaving at dawn?
Well, actually, I don't think we resolved me asking about the pirates.
No, we did not.
This is 17, and I was going to speak with
Okay.
dude now.
He will be able to tell you that pirate activity is up, but not to ridiculous levels. Seems to be mostly like a refugee type piracy.
Yeah. Thank you. Then it's safe to plot a regular course then.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah.
He does warn you, though, that given the time of year, weather can be a bit unpredictable.
Thank you. And actually, before we leave, I will buy 8 gold's worth of relaxant material.
Okay.
Since I know there's more than just like pipeweed and stuff
Yeah.
out there, so. I know we're beyond leeches, but we're before other things. So
That's like you have some things, but with magic and stuff, it's not necessarily.
Okay. Yep. I'm ready to go. You ready to go? Yoki?
yes, I'm actually ready to head out.
Alright. You set out at dawn.
So I remember the cannons were modified. Yeah.
Modified.
Were they modified to require less crew to fire them or something? Okay, I might be thinking of something else. Okay. Oh, if someone comes to try to get us, we'll just punch them in the face.
I'd say with the unseen servants, you've gotten it down to needing 2 people.
Okay.
That might be what you're thinking of. I have to redistribute the cargo hold, but that's no big deal. I can transfer you guys to the new Sea Ghost.
With Vegas lights and everything.
Oh, that's what those are. Okay. I was trying to figure out what those people are. I was like, oh, those are the gunners David added, aren't they?
Oh, we have gunners?
No, you had gunners for the Salt Marsh battle.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, wait, I was like, we have people now?
No, you haven't hired a crew.
I like how there's this pin up here where they're where the cannons are.
That'll be great. They'll be going nuts when the guns go off.
Just don't accidentally load the chicken.
Just load eggs.
It was the only place I could think of to stick them other than the bilge, which is your main cargo hold, and I figured you didn't want them in the part of the ship that routinely gets wet.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them in the forward cargo hold, because it'd be a bitch to let them out so they can roam at that point. So you want them up on deck where they can roam and get the sunlight, which means you have to put them in the upper deck there.
Yeah, I have no problem with them being right there. It's perfectly fine. I like that. Most of the time, they're probably spending most of their time on the front, not on the front, like on the deck anyway, just wandering around.
No, you know what I'm curious about? How
And plus,
does Isara take the additional animals?
Oh, you know she's chasing them around trying to hit them with a stick.
That's it. It'll be a nice place for
Trying to ride the goat like a pony.
So it'll be a nice thing for Sarah to to play with. So.
I mean, when Sierra's not here, I have to act like the parent.
Yep. All right. Day 1, navigation check.
Woohoo! Let's see. Let's see. We did navigation if someone wants to actually steer the boat.
Yep.
Or should I do that?
Well, navigation is to plot the course.
Okay. So navigation.
Vehicle proficiency. Water vehicles would be to steer it.
Okay. Let's see.
Do you need a helm?
Preferably someone to do that. Let's see. Trying to figure out. God, I can never figure out what the fuck I was actually doing for cartographer's tools. Let's see. Cartographer.
Dex-based water vehicles.
Let's see. It says wisdom or intelligence. Okay, so I'll say intelligence-based. So is it just like an intelligence check?
In this case, it'd be a wisdom-based navigator's tools or a cartographer tools or survival.
Oh, so wisdom-based? Okay, that was intelligence-based. Okay. I see. I was looking at my cartographer's tools thing. It says, it seems to imply wisdom and intelligence. See, if you navigate using a map, you have an advantage on wisdom checks against enemies on this map. Okay, cool. Okay, so wisdom-based.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. No, wisdom is garbage. No, wisdom-based survival. Okay, wisdom-based survival. No. Alright, so it's just survival anyway. Alright. 3d6 plus 6. I really need to raise my wisdom. Okay. And nobody else in this crew has cartographer's tools either.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Huh.
I have cartographer's tools and navigation's tools.
I see, I already have an advantage, so there's no real point. Because there's nothing else you can do. Can't really give me an advantage, you already have it. Alright. And I can't pilot a ship.
Well, Dave already rolled the pilot, so you just got to roll to navigate.
Okay. Is he proficient at
I appear to be.
Appear to be. Oh, you do have water vehicles. Oh, okay.
We didn't hit anything, so yes.
Just don't ask me where I learned it from.
Okay. There we go. 18.
Okay. First couple of days, seemingly no problem. Okay. That gets you about 4 days in. Another round.
Riding on the waves. We just keep on sailing.
Here.
See if I can use the goat's bleeding in order to use it as a directional compass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got strong wind. And
Alright.
light snow.
Snow. Huh.
Increasing your difficulty. So, you are able to succeed, but you do lose a day due to inclement weather.
Okay.
Okay.
That brings you 10 days out. Let's check.
Snow.
Oh, thank God.
Let's
I
check.
told you we're transitioning, you're in the equivalent of November, right? Late November. Actually, no, you're 10 days in, you're being the equivalent of December now.
Let's check the ropes. See if the ropes are good.
Okay. Okay. You have stalled as there is no wind for those few days.
What?
So you are still making progress, but it is half progress. So those 5 days count as 2.5. So you are at day... Okay, you're 13. So 5, 11... Making half progress. Okay, last check.
Ooh.
Wait on Brian's navigation.
Sorry, I thought I rolled. Oh, sorry.
I say you're having to roll another one.
Sorry. Cool. So don't fuck up. Okay, nice one. Alright, cool. I'm happy. I've been sticking in the 17 to 19 range.
Good numbers. Good numbers.
Okay, you rolled a 19. David rolled a 21. You are currently experiencing for this last leg light wind and heavy snowfall. But with David's 20, that does not impede your progress. You don't gain time, but you don't lose time either, which is still impressive given the conditions.
How are the check-ins?
That's a good question. Let's check.
Okay, so you did an 18-day trip in 24, which is not ridiculously off. Congratulations, you had your 100-day anniversary.
Woo! We've been together longer than some other people.
So 20. That's amusing.
Yeah.
That works. My calendar is synced, in theory.
Nice.
As you pull into port on the 20th of Nighthall, the day in which the citizens of the Republic celebrate Winter's Crest.
No. I mean, I need to get everyone a gift.
Only if you care about Republican holidays. But,
Well, he's from the Republic.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. I was like, that you pulled it on the exact day. You pulled it on the exact Christmas.
Woohoo! It's the Christmas special.
Hey, let's visit the capital. Okay, no, let's just turn around.
I'm not sure if I want to visit Santa. Santa's kind of dangerous in D&D.
Hey, you know what?
Santa's like a 20th level wizard or something. Santa's like a 20th level muscle wizard or some shit.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
I saw one build for him that was like epic level, and he was like, I think he was basically like 20th level wizard with like 20th level wizard with like 7 ranks, 7 levels of barbarian on top of that. This seems unnecessary. I'll say.
You know what the important question is? Did we pack winter gear?
I don't know, did you? You knew it was winter already when you left, so...
Yup, we did know that it was winter.
You are pulling into what is now known as the Styes, the decaying remains of a once notable port district. Under bent gables, the carcasses of its houses lean against each other, languid, broken, and awaiting the peace of collapse. Door frames sag, dislocated from sawed walls and heavy with mildew, while splintering timbers support rotting boardwalks like broken limbs, disappearing into the thick, rancid waters of the harbor below. In numerous places, sections of the boardwalks have fallen away completely, leaving broad holes that expose polluted water.
Maybe we should weigh both anchors. And
yet, despite that, the town seems to have, come together in what is a glaring sore thumb of cobbled together stalls and banners. You got various carnival games and stuff scattered about. Various food vendors that seem to have either scavenged together something or been imported. Bards scattered about, doing performances and balloon animals and such.
I miss the mountains.
If you wish, you can spend the evening, you've come in roughly evening, so you can spend the evening making merry and relaxing and partaking if you so wish.
I will have Ysara on my shoulders. Unless we're like eating. That way, she can't do the kid thing of just running out of my grasp. Seriously though, I do want to do some sort of extra safeguard so we don't pull away from the clearly dilapidated here.
Well, and we've got various carnival games like ring toss and catch the dragon by the tail. There seems to be a poetry contest going, goblin wrestling, guess the feathers on the cockatrice, outstare the cyclops.
Okay.
Or we can just fast forward to the next day if you don't want to do carnival games, but I figured I'd give you the chance since you happen to land on not Christmas.
There is actually something I want to do. There's actually 2 things I want to do, though I don't think I can do the second thing here. I would like, if Kyoki's cool with it, for him to watch Ysara for a little bit, because I want to sneak off to the poetry thing. None of the party must know this.
I don't mind doing a carnival game too, but
Okay. Well, if you're trying to sneak away, I have Kyoki's passive perception if you want to make a stealth check.
That is not my skills. There's my skills. Well, you see about that. Hold on. Okay. I can do this. I totally did it. There's totally a crowd.
Hmm?
Just slip into it.
Yeah, Kyoki, you look and you can basically see him doing like the Scooby-Doo tiptoe, going and saying sneak, 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 sneak.
It's totally working.
Occasionally humming the Pink Panther theme as he's like, like hiding behind the wrong side of a barrel.
Yep.
No, say I'm like.
No problem here.
Not saying Kyoku's just gonna kind of look. He's gonna kind of say to himself, he's like, he is a nerd, and he's doing the best that he can.
Okay, I have a question.
Obviously, he's only read about stealth in the books.
It works in the novels.
Okay. Entering the tent.
Stealth. I'll say I'm gonna kind of like whisper loudly over to Vernon's like, he's like, excuse me, Baron. Stealth works better when people can't see you.
Of course, it does. I knew that.
Okay.
Shift.
Entering the tent,
Now,
you see a gnome and a stage on one side, several benches scattered about so people can watch. There's currently a gnome and a goblin holding, mouth cones as they're shouting rhymes and stanzas at each other. See, it's a little bit of a battle of wits, playful banter type thing, but they're trying to follow poetic form.
So it's rap.
It is a medieval rap battle, yes. And as you enter, the goblin finishes his bit, and the whole crowd, just boos him off stage. A elven man comes up, holds up the gnome's hand, and the winner, undefeated champion, Morty. Who will challenge him next for the title? Best 3 out of 5.
Does it look like he's wrestling?
No, it's this is the poetry battle.
A poetry battle.
David decided he wanted the poetry battle.
Yeah, I kind of thought I could write something like calligraphy skill, but no, this is really kind of.
This is a performance skill.
Oh yeah, I can tell. I can totally do that. Totally do that. I can.
All right. All right. We have a taker. 1 gold. Get you 1 go.
Whole gold, damn.
Brian, you're probably thinking of the other one I read off, Goblin Wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give him a whole ass gold.
Okay. So, if you win, you get this gold back plus all the gold from the people who were defeated before you.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Sound like this? That's enough to change your life, son.
Oh, yeah, more gold than I can comprehend.
Think about where you are right now. I know you saw enough of the game. What Gab was playing Sinking City to get a rough idea what the vibe they're going for here. This is
Yeah.
It's literally a sinking city.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, I'll, get up on the stage.
Yeah.
I will take the mouth cone and attempt a strong opener by spitting some hot fire. Figuratively speaking.
As you bring it up to your lips, you hear somebody start beatboxing. You look over, there's like a kobold just behind the stage doing the...
Okay. Let's do this.
I need a performance check, charisma based.
Let's do this. Boom! Oh, wow! My Oracle's insight really helped me there.
You spin your things. He just blink at you, like momentarily stunned that you came out that strong. He tries to spin out a counterattack, but it just does not resonate with the crowd as strongly.
Ooh.
You won the first round.
Yeah, okay.
Because they gave me a DC as opposed to a contested roll, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I thought you may have, like, rolled with other dice or okay.
No.
I just didn't notice.
I'm using the games from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight Carnival adventure.
Okay, cool. Okay, for round 2 then. Dim bars! Oh, shit.
You roll persuasion.
Oh.
Are they the same?
Performance and persuasion are both the same.
Okay, then then you're good. You just kill him in the second round. He has no idea where the fuck you are coming from. It probably has to do with the fact that you're using a lot of big words thanks to your Cobalt Soul education.
Yes.
And not only are you using big words, you're rhyming these big words.
Alacrity.
Yeah. One more to go.
I'm gonna get stabbed after this.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I probably failed one.
Mm-hmm. He was finally able to mount a counterattack that actually resonates with the audience. Now that they've recovered from the probably used 2 big words in the last one that you lost the audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big fat load of words.
It's the best 3 out of 5. So.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yeah, they stayed at 3 out of 5. So you have 2, he has 1. So round 4.
Drop the beat. Fuck.
Ooh! It is coming down to the wire. He's made a strong comeback.
Let's see if I don't even know what the hell I know what that is.
It's coming at you some rhyme about 8th fathoms.
This guy. This guy.
2 and 2.
I already used that. It got me a 1. Can't use it again until I get a short rest. My key cannot help me here.
And you're a paladin, so you don't have guidance.
Yeah. There was a feat I was looking at that would have given me guidance, and I kind of thought about it. I didn't take it, though. Okay!
You do have cards.
Oh, no, that is right. I do have 1 card.
Yeah, if you want to waste it on this.
No, this card increases my AC, and we know how often I can get hit. So let's not use that. Okay. Drop the beat.
And I come behind victory. You almost think you lost it, but the judge, the MC comes at the last minute, declares you the victor by a narrow margin.
It was totally more order protection.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Instead of using deflect missiles on missiles, I deflected his marks. Okay. Wow, I actually did not expect to win it because I'm purely relying on my charisma. I'm not proficient. Damn. Okay. Nice. Of course, now people know I can rhyme. They weren't paying attention.
How was it? Don't believe my character was
Oh,
there
shit.
to see it.
I mean, you saw him sneaking where he was going. If you wanted to follow him, you could.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on. Yeah.
Okay, well, while he's winning epic bard slams of history, what do you want to do? Ah!
um.
Yeah, do I need to read off the games again?
I must say, I'll go watch. Is there anything to bet on?
I imagine that would be the goblin wrestling, but I will double check for you. Okay, there's not any that are designed for betting, but there are ones where people can bet. So you could bet on the goblin wrestling. You could bet on the outstare the Cyclops. You could bet on the giant ghost, jousting. Ooh. You could probably bet on the custard eating contest.
Okay. You said the custard eating contest. All right. I'm gonna go for the custard eating contest. That sounds funny.
Okay. So, how much you putting down?
I'm going to. Let's see.
Is Usara joining him in this?
Well, he's betting on the contest. He's not.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. How many people are? I'll say who's the least favored to win?
Trying to remember my shit here. Nofung the half-orc. Called such because he is an older half-orc and no longer has any teeth.
Huh. Should be good at eating custard then. There's no teeth, and that's pretty much about all you eat. Okay. I am going to. Okay. I'm going to bet 10 gold on Nofin.
Okay. There are 5 participants, counting him. All right. I need you to roll me a Constitution check. We will use your Constitution for his Constitution.
Oof. Okay. Don't fucking 3d6. Yep, there we go.
Ooh. Yeah, you lose your money. Well, let me double check. This might make sure this is not a 3 out of 5 type thing. Nope. That is a done in one. So, yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. Going to reach into my bag. And I'm going to pull out 5 gold. We'll hand it to him.
Okay.
Shuffle off.
You fork over what we know is your, false gold.
It's like nothing's must say I'll kind of wander off and like, nothing better than free entertainment.
Any other games that y'all want to participate in?
So there was like a goblin wrestling?
There was a goblin wrestling.
I will participate in this goblin wrestling.
Okay. Goblin wrestling with Gob Gob. Okay. Goblin wrestling. You have to wrestle one or more goblins. You're a medium-sized creature, so you have to wrestle 2 at the same time. You win if you successfully pin the goblin. It's plural. No, I'm sorry, you only have to pin 1. You fight 2, but you only have to pin 1. To pin the goblin, you have to beat them in a contested athletics check. Because there's 2 of them, they roll with advantage.
Okay.
So I will go look up goblins real fast.
This is purely wrestling versus a fight.
Yeah, it is a wrestling match, so it's again contested athletics.
Okay.
They get to roll with advantage because they have 2 themselves, because you are a medium creature and they are small, so that is how they balance that out.
Could I ask for a third one?
Oh! Okay. Doubling the stakes, are we?
Yep.
Okay, it doesn't give them proficiency, but I'm going to assume for a carnival game like this, they have proficiency. So... I can't give them double advantage. Actually, sure, I'll give them the equivalent of elven accuracy for the purposes of this check. They rolled 3 instead of...
Alright.
Alright. Let's see what you can do.
Okay, go athletics roll. I will spend a superiority die. Because I want a strong opener.
It's a 1-round thing, so strong opener is the...
Oh no, there's 3 of them. They can roll really high with 3.
And somehow, you managed to bob and weave and grab and twist and event... So you got them all in like one, a knotted pile before you slam down on top of them. You are pinning all 3 simultaneously. The crowd is going wild as the dumbfounded half-elven vendors counting you out. We have a winner! And because you do not pay for this, pay beyond, you have to pay 1 copper for this one, and then I roll on the prize table.
Okay. I will pay a copper.
You have won.
A new copper. Damn it.
They present you with a fancy, intricately carved stick that you're pretty sure is supposed to be a wand.
Cool.
Little toy, here you go, possibly something for the little lady there. It's a toy, roughly a toy wand. It doesn't do much, but it does put out some pretty lights and stuff if you wave it around. For David, it has 8 charges and can use a charge to cast Prestidigitation.
Nice.
But it does not recharge. Once it is used, it is used.
Okay. Nice. I feel that was overkill, and I feel bad about that one.
Okay. Anything else?
I was thinking it was going to be like a DC, and by asking for a third one, you give them even more bonuses or something, which you did, but... Okay.
Pretty good.
I think I'm satisfied here.
You already did one with Christmas, and the other party did.
Well, I mean, with the other group, one person's very sad about Christmas.
And there was a zombie apocalypse happening at the same time.
Yeah. And that made it worse.
Alright. So I will advance to the next day then.
Okay.
The sun greets you on the deck of your ship as you realize you are still in a shithole.
Okay, cool. No one decided to pilfer anything. Okay.
I presume, unless you want to correct me, that you guys did a normal watch rotation while staying on the boat, unless you wanted to try and find an inn.
Yeah. Ideally.
Okay. The...
Is that you did
For
notice as you
sure.
were wandering the town that there were taverns everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. I must say, I guess during my spare time, I'm going to kind of, during the spare time while he's doing that, I'm gonna go around from like bar to bar, like if they have posters and whatnot written, like posters or like some people just like put posters for events and stuff that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my illusory script to I'm going to use my illusory script to go ahead and make a couple of put a couple of flyers out for like the more seedy members of society. See if I can start getting some information. See if I can start getting some information. Let them know that the pretty much put on there that the grinning demon, the grinning demon will be looking for, is willing to pay for proper information.
No, I'm just thinking you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While he's doing that, we have the rest of the day, yeah?
You are at the start of a new day. Yeah, so how do you want to proceed from here?
Okay. We know it's a shithole. Is there any area that's like a medical ward kind of place, like a place where the sick and the injured congregate? I'm not going to assume there's a church here. So maybe say room. For Sharon, right? Sorry.
Yeah. There's the we have the harbor masters. We have the decommissioned lighthouse. We have the marketplace. There's an alchemist shop, so I might find some form of healing there. Hang on. And you have the Oppenheimer Asylum. And the mortuary.
The asylum, I take it, is for mentally ill people.
Presumably. But yes, there's a distinct, painfully obvious to your trained eye, lack of religious facilities in this town.
Yeah.
Even the graveyard by what you presume is the mortuary is strangely agnostic.
Oh, damn. I would like to find the mortician or keeper of the yard.
Okay. We have a thing for... Okay. Given the time of day when you approach the mortuary, it is currently closed.
Okay. In that case, okay. Does what's this called again?
The styes.
The styes. Okay, I was thinking the sticks. I knew that was wrong. Okay. Does the styes have a captain of the watch?
In theory.
Okay.
You have seen, what passes for guardsmen walking around. Usually in large groups, like groups of 10.
And I think these actually look like guardsmen versus, say, random people who have decided to enforce their authority.
They appear to be, at least they may have once been what would be a normal town city watch, but their equipment has fallen much into disrepair and poor maintenance.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll seek out the captain of the watch.
You can make me a charisma-based investigation.
Yes. There we go.
Okay. As you are talking to the guards, and making your way through different groups, trying to find the guy you're looking for, and Kyoki, you will see this as well. As you are doing your various bits of putting up a illusory script and trying to figure out where people are, you eventually spot roughly a dozen children moving down the street at a clipped pace, seemingly chasing an elderly human male. As he's trying to move away from them, asking him to just leave him alone, please. He is feebly brandishing a holy symbol of Melora towards them.
Oh, Melora,
Gotta see.
Okay.
The other people in the town are seeing this and are either outright ignoring it or actually actively encouraging the children. Some are even hurling mud at him and accusing him of being a friend to murderers.
I'll say Kyoko's in like, well, that's not very nice. Even in my worst time, I never assaulted the elderly. You'll see Kyopi's eyes just kind of narrowly open, but children, on the other hand.
Okay.
I'm like, excuse me for a moment. I say, excuse me for a moment. Someone needs to play daddy for a second.
I'll make a go right ahead gesture.
Kyopi's going to kind of like move really fast and just kind of like flutter into the way. Just like, well, hello. How are you all doing today?
Make me an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay, good, because I'm really good at intimidation.
People-ish, yeah. Malnourished looking man, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. Balding. Bookworm type.
Farron's been in prison. He can't underestimate old
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
They can get swole.
I don't know, I think this sparkly looking motherfucker's,
Now he could bite you.
Ooh, there's stunt points there. Let's see, what can I do?
Pretty sure this will be roleplay.
I scared them all. Not just the children, but the adults too.
I'm gonna go with stunned silence.
Okay.
Unless I'm going to look at the children, it's like, now, children. And I'll say, why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Don't have them attack you, sorry.
The children shriek and run away in terror.
Well, I was hoping they'd all sit on each other's shoulders so they could be as tall as me so we could fight, but okay. I'll say, I'll look back at the old man. Do you want me to go chase them down and slaughter them?
Heavens, no!
Oh. Well, hi! How are you doing today?
Fine.
Ah, well, hello. Mase, as your savior, unfortunately I do not have any sort of religion that you can worship me with, but I will instead take a hearty handshake as thanks. I believe your God may have sent me to protect you.
Damn, he's landing on strong.
He'll take the offered hand after a moment. I think I can do you one better than that. I mean, I can't offer you financial compensation, but I think I can at least get you a drink, maybe? Certainly something better than what they have in these shithole taverns around here.
Possibly. I don't save the elderly for children for the accolades. But I am wondering why you are being bullied by children. And are all the children like that?
Everyone in town is like that. What happens when you're the last cleric in town?
I'll approach from the side.
We have one of those. Ours is a nerd. He's a nerd cleric.
You with him?
I like to think of myself as well read. But yes.
Pleasure to meet you then. I can offer you a drink as well if you...
So he worships the god of books.
That's actually pretty close.
forgive me. My name is Rephram, Master Rephram.
Kettle.
Oh, mostly, Gilfie's gonna look. He's like, do the people here dislike you? Mostly, do the people here only dislike you because they feel that God has abandoned them, and you're the only person who God pays attention to now?
It could be that. It could be because I'm one of the few voices standing for just truth, law, order, all the things that all the forces of good, etc.
Ah, you see, I am a good person myself. And I must say, I just recently became good. So, these are things that I'm trying to learn.
A lot of them feel I'm just wasting my time because I'm probably the only person that passes as a philanthropist in this town. I run the local alchemist shop, so I'm usually trying to make sure medicines and stuff are available.
Well, isn't that nice of you? You see him doing the Lord's work. Well, if you might say, while we are in town, if you find yourself, might say, do you need? I say, since people are constantly trying to beat you to death, do you need protection?
I don't know about protection, but I could certainly use the aid of. Forgive me for saying this. You guys look like a group of adventurers, and I could certainly use that type of help.
Ah, yeah, I must say, well, I'm always must say, if there is someone in need, in order to make up for my misgivings when I was a rambunctious youth like them, I like to help those. I like to help those who are in danger, and those who try to actually do good. So, what I would like to offer you is my services, in order to help you try to resurrect this dumpster fire of a town.
Well, that's not my current goal, at least, but I'll keep you in mind for that if I get that far. But you come with me. We can discuss this in someplace a little bit quieter.
Okay. What about the people who were actively endorsing the kids?
Once you got involved, they quickly lost interest, and most of them have moved on at this point.
Ah, so they're bitches. Oh no! Someone with health insurance and doesn't have scabs. Run! Fucking hate people.
They just smell like chicken shit for some reason.
It's like, let's pick on the elderly man. Oh no, someone in good health, please.
Then he will lead you back to his alchemist shop. Pace is a little slower than you're used to because he's a slight, somewhat bent figure. Moves with a somewhat shuffling gait, probably from age.
Okay.
You eventually reach his home in the alchemist quarter. It is a cluttered, shack filled with half-finished clockwork inventions, and the air is thick with the smell of grease. Hundreds of books line every inch of available shelf space, and amongst them crammed in is a tiny bed, likewise covered with books in the corner of the room. Brings you in. He's like, come in, there should be enough room for all of you.
Go ahead and walk in.
They usher you all in. Be momentarily surprised as Sarah waddles in behind you guys, like, he closes the door. She starts climbing up on a stack of books, so she's eye level with the rest of you guys. Nice. Alright, well, I need your help, with the investigation. Have you heard of the Chariot murders?
Yes, we have.
Well,
Actually,
the authorities recently executed who they believe to be the culprit, but I think they did it just to shut people up. I don't think they got the right guy. He wasn't even put on trial. They just
picked him up and hung him. Was he a criminal?
He was, like most of the people in this town, he wasn't the greatest of individual, but let me double check my notes here.
I'll say because I'm basing this off of Kiyoki's thing. He was like, "Well, just because you got hung for the wrong crime doesn't mean that you didn't get what was coming to you for the crime you did commit." So he actually was a bad guy.
That's what I'm looking.
Okay.
As I have to find the note they have on the actual guy that they hung.
Okay. That's like that's like I say for me that's similar to being like, oh hey, it's like this guy was this guy it's like this guy was like a child molester or something. It's like okay, but he got off.
No, he was a local fisherman.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a piece of shit. Okay.
As he was about a week ago at this point, he was just picked up by a nighttime patrol. Admittedly, they did pick him up with a bloody knife in his hands, but he was convinced he was innocent and had been having dreams of ravenous tentacle creatures devouring the skies and the city beyond. They actually had him committed to the asylum as opposed to holding him in the holding cells when they picked him up, and then they hung him. Just the day before the day of the right before Winter's Crest.
Hugging was his after the fact.
They killed Stu before Christmas.
In his defense.
The day before Christmas, yeah, they just hung his ass.
Wow.
In his defense, a bloody knife makes sense if you're a fisherman.
Which is what I said. They didn't look for any evidence. They didn't give him a trial.
I'm about to say Kyoko's actually going to look mild inside. He's like, they killed him before Santa could give him his gift. I don't like this town fair.
As I tried talking with him, but they wouldn't let me in.
I don't like this town either.
Well, he's only been dead for a day. Farron, can you revive him?
One second, I don't think I'm that
powerful. I offered my ability to speak with the dead myself, but I was told by the militia that the case was closed and they wouldn't grant me access.
So they don't want you proving them wrong and showing their incompetence.
And I've already heard rumors this morning of a young fisherman named Rafe turning up dead in a similar manner, which would... I haven't been able to confirm that one yet. I've just, again, heard it, when I was down at the market earlier, but still, that would indicate that, they got the wrong guy. The killings are still happening.
Is there a pattern in the way the people have been killed, like just a stabbing to the back every time, or perhaps an arrow or a bolt?
There's the strange tracks, obviously.
Yeah.
And usually it's been a single wound with, I'm not to really examine the bodies, but to my understanding, it's a single stab wound from either some sort of long, thin implements, like a stiletto or a dagger. When Jarm was taken, that's the only time the weapon itself had been, the supposed weapon itself had been recovered. I admit, he was found looming over the victim with a dagger in his blood-stained hands. I can't refute that, but that's literally the only evidence they have connecting him to it, and the fact that they refuse to even bother investigating beyond the superficial.
They're right. There wasn't a proper investigation.
I don't think they're going to. I must say. And has anyone been? You said someone's been murdered since he was actually tried.
I heard. And I've not been able to confirm this yet. That's what I was doing before when you guys ran into me. I heard at the market this morning that a young fisherman named Rafe had been found down by the tidewater. And that was this very morning. But like I said, I've not been able to confirm that yet. That's just what the word going around.
Well, that's certainly something we can look at.
We're not as hated as you, so it shouldn't be that difficult.
As like the body was, the body apparently has been, bodies have been shipped for cremation, almost as soon as they're discovered. They may have already done that with Jarm himself as well at this point.
So
they are being cremated suspiciously fast.
I was going to ask, there doesn't seem to be any sign of plague which would necessitate destroying the body.
No, we cremate around here just due to a lack of space.
Okay. That was clever for a second.
It's like, so you die. It's instant cremation.
No, that's the thing. Normally it's, there's a day or two, while they make arrangements. But I think this, the victims, and like I said, I don't know if Jarm was, but I presume he was. The victims are basically, as soon as they are discovered, they are carted off to the mortuary for cremation. And then, and then they're holding funerals or what have you, as per normal. But again, normally the bodies are not carted off instantly. Normally they're, wanted to be examined. Autopsies and the like. Which, have come through my office before. As we used to have a doctor in town and I went to them. But times past when the doctor was unavailable, I have done it, but they haven't even let me do that. It's just been, again, dead body, gone. And honestly, I think I might be pissing them off, so you guys coming along might be for the best. I feel like the guard may have, started watching me based on the amount of noise I'm making. So my movements are somewhat limited now. And obviously, nobody wants to talk to me about it because they're afraid.
Well, it sounds like at the moment we have 3 obstacles that I can reckon. And investigate the tidewater area, see if there's any clues that were missed by a very quick just grabbing of a body. Wait until the mortuary is open and see if we can find any notes or such. Or because they are acting with such unusual expediency, investigate the watch itself.
That does sound apt. I can't offer you some contacts. I can't offer you much in the way of reward for looking into this, but I am not without resources.
Well, from what I know, we didn't exactly come here looking for a prize.
Yes, and as a matter of fact,
I can pay you in potions. I might have a little bit of coin to augment that, but again, I'm not.
Will that put you out by doing that?
Put me out? No. Honestly, if you guys take on this job, I intended to duck out of town for a couple weeks anyway, just until things calm down, because again, with the eyes that are now on me, I'm not sure if I'm safe in town anymore. So if I'm taking a vacation anyway, it'd probably be better for me to offload my stock before I go anyway, just to make sure that somebody else doesn't break in and take it for less than reputable uses. I'd much rather you guys have it than somebody else. That's it. I don't have a lot of coin, but I can provide some coin and not, lose my travel expenses. Almost know if you want to say this.
Yes, actually.
No, I assume you can go do that.
I can, yeah, I can go to it and you can continue on with Brian.
Well, we're approaching a good stopping point. I can tell her 10 minutes and then...
Okay. Um... Oh, something I was wondering, I may have missed it from earlier. What is it that keeps you here specifically?
Honestly? The fact that I'm one of the few people left who actually looks out for the people in this town, so if I left permanently, there'd be no one to look after, the few good people that are still here, that need my kind of services.
Okay.
Tonics, tinctures.
Okay, I was going
rat poison.
I was going to offer relocation, but that sounds like that wouldn't help you, given your own goals.
Well, I'm leaving for a bit anyway. If you know a good place for me to lay low for a few weeks or more, I can do that. Give me time to recoup my stocks and what have you. I can continue help depending on how I, land wherever you're suggesting. I could always send help back here,
I was thinking the trading port of Saltmarsh, as they are generally well stocked.
Saltmarsh. I think I've heard the name before. It's certainly far enough from here that I don't think whoever's after me would be looking. I don't know about a total relocation, but it certainly sounds like a reasonable place to hide out. Do you know a ship or something that's going that way?
We have our own transportation.
Oh, you have a ship. Oh, then, yes. Sounds like this was a very fortunate meeting for me. In case I can pay for passage in addition to reward.
Sounds fair.
We have a book of it if that's a problem.
Why would that be a problem?
Some people will worry about it.
If that's the case, might actually be better off relocating to your vessel sooner rather than later, just as I imagine it's much better defended than this shack.
Yes, I'm sure, given the.
Do you have the ability to I presume it's being a ship. You have the ability to transport my, gesture to all the books and shit around. To my understanding, aside from what you guys picked up, you guys aren't carrying cargo, so in theory you have the space, but...
Even if we're carrying some cargo, this isn't exactly like a full-fledged library.
No, again, it's like a one-room house that just happens to be, like a read-or-die level of book storage.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember if we actually have any extra bag of holdings or anything.
I believe this ship had 2 in stock.
Okay. Because we could use those then to...
And if you are feeling really desperate, Ash can pull one out of nowhere because Artificer.
Yeah. Well, my concern was if they see us transporting books, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? So...
Well, you see, that's the great thing. We have like half, 2/3 of the party in Mark mode. They can just go get the books.
That works too.
Nothing else they'd have to, because I don't think you guys have the bags of holding with you on the ship anyway, so you could bag of holding the books and just...
Alright. So which of the 3 which of the 3 avenues of investigation were
I personally recommend that you start at the Oppenheimer Asylum, where he was being held. You also could talk to Constable Jute. She is the militia guard who found him crouched over the body, and you can find her at the district garrison.
Okay, I'm thinking the Constable Jute then. because Farron doesn't want to expose. Oh my God, the girl that is with us,
Sura?
to deranged and insane people of that level.
Nice qualifier there. I was about to call you on that. And while it doesn't matter what order you do this in, I do find it amusing you have opted to once again do this in reverse order based on how it's printed in the book.
I'm
You're good at
just,
this.
Now, I think it's only printed that way. No, it's not alphabetical. They just print the...
okay.
There is not a required order. I do know that much. I just find it amusing that the book expects you to do it one way and you did it the other.
How the...
Now, you want to talk to the cops first, then talk to the crazy people. Book's like, no, you want to talk to the crazy people first and then the cops.
Well, I would talk with to the crazy people first, except I have a little girl with me and I don't want to subject her to that. So...
I didn't say it wasn't reasonable. I just find it amusing that, like I said, like, there's not a required order. I just find it amusing that once again, you decided to do it backwards by the way the book dealt with it.
No, I find that kind of funny too. It's like, we're not even trying.
Yeah, I can actually appreciate that. I like that.
But the fact that we're doing it backwards yet again,
Yes.
it's what we
Makes it
do.
fun.
Well, hang on a moment. Start rifling through some shit. Come back with a looks like a journal type book. Opens it, presents it. This is the closest thing that passes for a map of this area. Should help you find the various places you need. Also has most of my notes for mostly the stuff I already told you. Got sketches, etchings I took of the tracks that I was able to find before they were taken out by either inclement weather or various traffic.
Yeah.
So basically, my entire investigation up to this point isn't. It isn't much, but it should give you a place to start.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In which case, anything else you need me for aside from settling up on payment?
I can't think of anything myself.
Any other questions, etc.?
Kiyoki or Sarah?
Pretty good.
Okay. Kind of funny. You're like, does Sarah have any questions? Fuck you, Ash. Does the little girl have any questions?
I apologize. Ash is so damn silent.
I'll say,
That's because nobody talks to him! He's spoken up a few times. He spoke up in the tavern at the beginning of the episode.
yeah, and I was like, well, I normally try myself. Usually when the GM is doing something, when the GM, whichever one of you is GMing, and you're also controlling your character, I'm like, I kind of got the inclination that the GM does not want that player being too integral, doing too much of anything while they are running them, because it's if
you guys ask them to do something or prompt them, I'm fine with it. I usually try to not speak up too much as them because I'm trying to avoid falling into the DMPC trap.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's part of the reason. Okay,
so it's like they are there, they are available. If you guys want to use them, they're there. I just don't want to have them go, "Hey, I can go do this for you."
Yeah,
they need to be asked versus volunteering.
Yeah. And that's the part I get. I was like, whatever. I was like, well, I'll say since then I've been trying to be like, hey, let's try to work this out between the active players.
Yeah, and that's fine. I just found it amusing. He was like, little girl, have any ideas? Ignore the other guy.
I'm about to say, yeah, to be fair, yes. Kyoki would not have asked, like, a little girl anyway. Yeah. I'm about to say, and Ash is effectively, like, I know that Ash can do, like, certain things, so I was like, in regards to, like, decision-making and suggestions, yeah, I was like, and as a player, I kind of just consider him a Marcode.
Yeah, so he can offer suggestions if you guys get stuck or if you guys ask him specifically for a suggestion, but I have to be careful what he suggests just to make sure he doesn't, give away the game.
Yeah. That's part of it. I was like, yeah, let me not put him in this decision. I put him in this situation. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it.
So, yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, let's see what I've got in stock for you guys. Lucky for you, I've been pretty busy, so I haven't been able to offload most of this. Oh wow, I didn't realize I had some of these in stock. I think you guys found all the potions the other party's been missing.
Shit.
I don't want to hear people bitching that, you guys don't have potions.
We normally buy a pretty decent amount of them. I will admit that is something that I actually, once I got caught up worrying about food and stuff and preparations. I completely forgot to swing by the store and buy a potion from what you wrote in Skype. That was
Well,
actually
again,
something
you had a month, so I will let you retcon that if you want to spend some money on it. But
Yeah,
this is
I'll
what
say
he
I'll-
has in stock right now,
else. Okay.
and
Yeah,
this
my goal was
he is willing to
like-
pay you in this. Given what you guys are doing, yeah, he's willing to pay you in that.
Price. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I want to hear you guys bitching about not having potions.
Yeah. Okay. Perfectly fine with that.
He will make an amendment, though, of like, okay, I did not realize I had all of this in stock. You'll forgive me if I request that I include this as payment also for passage and not actually have to give you any gold pieces, so I keep the gold pieces for when I get to town for setting up. Because I did not remember having streams in stock. Those are very expensive.
Yes, I understand this.
I'll tell him it was like we don't need.
Right. Thank you very much. Again, my potion stock is yours.
Okay.
So, Brian, feel free to tack that onto the loot crate.
So he's just giving it to us right now, or is he giving it to us?
He's put them into like a crate for you. And it's like,
Okay.
you guys have, in theory, agreed to help. You seem trustworthy enough based on current interaction, and I'm somewhat desperate to get moving. So, normally I wouldn't pay this much in advance, but this way I don't have to worry about it when I leave after we're done talking here.
Okay. I consider. Okay. Greater healing potions. Being. Being. Seven regulars. 19.
Oh, apparently you didn't have mana potions in the loot
Yeah,
crate
we
before
did not
this.
have potions yet.
Well, now you do.
Woo!
Okay, so now I just can't use mana potions, so this is all for you guys.
I mean, technically, you can use mana potions to recover your warlock spell slots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So instead of mana points, I guess I get a certain amount of spell slots back.
Well, I'd have to look at we'd roll the mana, and I'd see how many slots that gets you back, because I'd have to convert your spell slots into spell points, which isn't that hard. I can just, So yeah, you can totally use them also. You just get less benefit than the others do.
Okay, so there's almost no point in me doing it.
Well, I mean, it's not that there's no point. It's just, you only have 2 slots, and, if you need those 2 slots, this is a quick way to get them back without taking a short rest.
Sure. I mean, I could technically just take a 30-minute nap. Just get them back.
I say, they are less, that's why I said, they're less useful to you, but they are not useless.
Okay, so we have a lot of stuff. I figured, so I'm going to look at our gold thing. Definitely don't need any spring healing potions. I would clean out our entire ship stock.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's 300, and then it's 200. Right. Let's see. Technically, I would not have known that we were going to get more mana potions later, so I will go ahead and I'll buy the 1 mana potion that they had available at the shop in Callie's Wares. So I'll get 1 mana potion, and I'll buy the 6 healing potions off of them as well. So, okay, so 30, what's this? That's 300 gold, that's 250, so that's 550 gold. Right. Alright, so we are down to 9,895.
Oh, no!
Le gasp.
Alright. And
So 9,895 gold is in the loot crate, with an extra 6,074 gold in the ship store.
And with that, since it sounds like you guys are done with the Q&A, I will call the session for the night. And it's 10:45, which is roughly our normal cutoff.
Yep.
I will leave that way if people have questions for this guy next time, assuming they show up, they're still roughly in the same space.
Right.
Obviously, we'll need to adjust your consumables, since again you took almost a month to get here. But because I believe you'd effectively be almost out of ship food at this point.
Possibly.
I don't track that.
Well, I'm looking at what's here. It's like, okay, I imagine the week's worth of fish and crab is probably gone. Like, this stuff would certainly be diminished if not gone.
Yeah.
What do what is I'm gonna say how many items can we attune to?
Default is 3.
Okay.
Anything beyond that requires a feat or a class feature. So, yeah. Congratulations, you have started a new adventure, which is hopefully different from the last ones. I know they're going for a certain tone, and I don't know if I'm delivering.
Well, the place is crappy.
Yeah.
With the way you were describing it, I was expecting to be pickpocketed at least once by now, or at least attempted.
We got time for that. it's you were there. Most of the stuff you did was Christmas. People play nice on Christmas.
It's true.
So, I got plenty of time for random pickpockets and shit. Depending on what you guys choose to do.
If they pickpocket the girl, I'm throwing them in the second.
Not much more on her worth pickpocketing. She has an inventory, but not a lot. Unless they're going to take her wooden swords.
You know, trading swords were important.
That's it, because most of her toys would be on the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, yeah, questions, comments, critiques, things I need to address for next time? Aside from more pickpockets?
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm pretty good.
I do appreciate how we immediately jumped for the hook.
I'm just glad you guys jumped for the hook. I was a little worried because I had to improv that at the very last minute because my two go-tos for the hook decided not to show up. Because originally, this was, the hook was going to come through Matt by way of his grin connections. Because his mentor was like, "Hey, dude, I know you've been concerned about this, and are you at it again, or is this the guy?" But yeah, he didn't show up, so I had to panic. And then Brian was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to criminals." It's like, well, they might be talking about it. And
I would assume the criminals are talking about murderers. Yeah.
We don't call them murderers; we call them collectors. No.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that we jumped at one of the easiest hooks ever to jump onto. Is like, oh hey, old
you
man
say easy, but you know how often players will choose to miss the easy hook.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to say, I kind of feel the old man being assaulted by children.
Yeah, that hook I was also worried about because they're like, there's the hook to get you to the styes, which was again you talking to criminals, and then there's the hook to get you into the adventure itself, which is the old man, and it's like, I don't know if everybody would save an old man getting beat on by children, which says something about my players.
Oh no, I would have.
There's only one person I'm like, okay, what am I saying? Dylan definitely would probably flat out have ignored him. I'll say Dylan would have ignored him. I feel like Farron, Kyoki, and Greg's character would have actually tried to help,
but not Ash.
I'd like to think Greg would, but I'm never sure with him because I put obvious things in front of him and he's ignored them. So I'm never sure what engages him these days.
I'll say. I feel like he would have let the old one. I'll say. I think Greg's character probably would have tried to study him. He's like, oh hey, his life isn't in danger. He's just being bullied. He might not have jumped in. Like if he was just being bullied, it was like, I guess that's what just happens to weak people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to say, if he was about to be killed or something like that, then I feel like they probably would have done it. I'll say Kyoki doesn't like watching weak people get hurt. Let's see. I will come out of pocket, and I'm going to go ahead just because they're there. Let me check close my close sheet. Think. I think I'm gonna buy these gauntlets of overpower. No one else is gonna buy them.
Do you need them? You're a dex fighter. You're a dex fighter.
True, but I have run across strength-based issues that hit me completely shit.
Okay, well.
And I'm not saying I'm only attuned to one thing right now.
Okay, I'm not saying if you can afford it and you want it, go for it.
That's what I'm
Gauntlets,
checking.
Gauntlets of Overpower requires attunement, sets your strength to 19.
Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. I've got like, man, I really don't spend money, do I?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I've got 5,380 gold personally. Okay. I'm not used to that. Most of my other characters are broke.
Okay, so Gauntlets of Overpower.
I was looking at that, I was like, Wand of Magic Detection. I have enough people here who can detect magic. I kind of do like this whole dust of sneezing and choking.
Yeah, I've got you with the Boots of Winterkind, and now the Gauntlets of Overpower. Yeah, okay. So you have two. That's 2 slots for you.
Yeah.
And also, you don't need a jacket now that it's winter. You don't need cold weather gear. If you're still wearing your boots, you don't need cold weather gear.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have the boots of the winter weather. Yay! I forgot I had those. I was like, man, these boots are never going to come in handy.
It snowed twice, which means it's cold.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm like, I have these boots. Your resistance to cold damage, you ignore difficult terrain. You can tolerate temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees without any additional protection. I just have all boots and I'm completely naked otherwise. It's amazing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna be that white guy who's always wearing shorts in the winter. It's like 10 degrees outside, and there's always that one guy wearing like khaki shorts.
So what you normally do yourself.
Well, yeah. I'm perfectly. I acknowledge that I am that guy. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Yes, Tristan. I have winter gear. I have winter shoes.
I think you and Ash are the only ones who actually have the cold covered.
Let's see. Let me guess. Your armor covers you as far as that goes.
He can set it to cover him. Yeah, it does require him to set it.
That puts me at 49. Alright, so I'm down to 4,980 gold. I've Gauntlets of Overpower now.
Did you put this right here so because I'm in the bathroom? Ooh, give the gauntlets to the goat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, strength is now 4. Hurrah! Oh, that's okay. My strength save is now 8. I was at plus 8. Alright.
Are you proficient? Were you proficient?
Yeah, I picked proficiency in strength because I didn't have a strength stat. Like my I was like based on what I rolled, I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna have a weakness on anything, it's gonna be my strength.
Curiosity question. Did you drag the Gauntlets of Overpower onto your sheet, or did you just change your strength score?
I just changed my strength.
Do me a favor and change it back. I want to try something.
Okay. Is that actually a thing that you can...
Yeah, I can just drag it. Like that.
Oh, well then, that did work.
Because David is the one who hosted this game and he owns the books, I can do that.
Awesome. Woohoo! 19 with caveats. Let's see, where would it be? It's not an item list, so I'm assuming
it's right there at the bottom.
I mean, yeah, I added that.
No, if you scroll down, it's right there.
Ah, okay.
I say, what do you need?
Oh, nothing. I was just checking it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
Yeah, that way we know what your actual strength score is when we need it.
Okay.
Alright.
There we go. It's just helpful whenever like the handful of times that I need to actually roll strength. Better to have than I need. I'm pretty sure. Like I was like, yeah, better to have than I need. So I couldn't really.
Like I said, if you could afford it, by all means.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's that cheap.
Yeah, I rolled the random price. You got lucky.
Yeah, that was like 400 gold for this. This shit like damn near incredibly like amazing.
Okay, so you bought the normal mana potion, I believe.
No, it's actually uncommon. That's it. It's a 100 item uncommon. I thought it would be.
You bought the normal mana potion. What else did you buy?
I bought the healing potions, all 6 of them,
okay.
And I bought 1 normal mana potion. And I used the ship's funds for that, so that came out to 550 gold.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to confirm so I can take it off the.
Yeah. Those were the. Let's see, Mariners, Gambus. I should check that and see if that's like anything.
It gives you the ability to move. It gives you a swim speed, so you're not penalized underwater. And if you go to 0 hit points, it will shoot you up to the surface.
Mariner's armor. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, it's called Mariner's Armor. It's like if you're reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh, so it's Mariner's armor. Okay.
Yeah. Just the type of armor in this case is a Gambison.
Okay.
That's it. If you're reduced to 0 hit points while underwater, it shoots you to the surface so you don't drown, and it gives you a swim speed so you don't have to worry about water penalties. Or it reduces water penalties by giving you a swim speed.
Okay.
But since you don't wear armor...
Yeah, it's pretty much useless for me. Staff of the Adder, I don't use great bows, I don't do... the Mist Great Bow. Could... I'm not saying, could Serena use that?
Yes, she can.
Okay. I didn't know what sort of weapon she was working with.
She is currently working with a longbow.
Just a regular one?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Longbow. Yeah, it's just longbow. Okay. Yeah, it's just a regular longbow. Okay, so +1, let's see. She can use great bows, correct?
That's a martial weapon.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, let's go ahead and get her the Mist Great Bow. Which with her money, yeah, she can afford that. So that's 100. It's only 100 gold, so that'll put her down at 791. Okay. Is that something you can drag over as well?
No, I have to key that in by hand. Because that's a third-party thing.
Okay, let me type that in real quick.
I got it. You don't have to worry about
it. Okay. Okay, well, so I've subtracted 100 gold from her shoes.
Alright.
Let me check this dust of sneezing and coughing real quick.